So the impact of disruptive technology. So if we talk, a bit about industries, market, transportation, you talked about 3D printing, the impact on job losses, the entertainment, apps, big data, all those hot topics.
Yes.
Can you take us a bit through this and tell us?
Yeah, so these are some of the big obvious ones that are happening. We're not talking 20 years out or 10 years out. We're talking during the next 5 years. So we talked about transportation. It's not just self-driving cars and trucks. Those big freighters that go across the oceans, there's now freighters with no people on them. So you don't have to worry about Somali pirates anymore, okay? Anything that can be automated to be more efficient and take labor out will be. So transportation is changing. But on the other side of it, we still have to get our bodies from point A to point B. Why is it that Apple and Google and others are jumping into the self-driving car? There's no money in making cars, and most people in the future will not be owning or buying cars. The same example of Napster applies to cars. If you know you can always have one, it's actually cheaper and more efficient to use an Uber or other self-driving services of the future. But what will we be doing in those cars? The cars are actually ad and entertainment delivery devices on wheels. You still have to get from point A to point B, and during those 2 hours, if you're in the Apple car, it knows everything about you. It knows you haven't had lunch. It knows you're 1,500 feet from McDonald's. Here's a coupon for free fries. It'll drive you through there. It knows it's your wife's birthday and you didn't buy flowers, and they'll be sitting in the back seat. Would you like to buy them? So this becomes a whole new industries to figure out travel and entertainment. Your vacation starts in your driveway. What can you consume? What can you do? 3D printing. 3D printing isn't just about plastic toys. There's 3D printing of human organs. You can 3D print a nose that was just used for a transplant. 3D print a kidney, which is just used for a transplant. You can 3D print metal and parts. But I'll give you a great example of new industries. So manufacturing, the era of mass manufacturing, of things manufactured somewhere, shipped, gone to distribution center, trucked, going to a retailer, and everybody gets the same thing, that's gone when everybody can have customized things. But 3D printing can also allow you to take the means of customization down where it never existed. So a reader of my book here in LA came up with a great business. God forbid your child's born missing fingers or a limb, okay? They don't get to play with the other kids. They feel less than. They feel left out. Their whole personality and life has changed because they can't get a prosthetic hand or arm until they're in their teens because they grow so often and they're so expensive, $100,000 plus, that they never get one. So this guy just started a startup where he makes 3D printed prosthetics very cheaply for kids. But he took it the next step. He went with the entrepreneur's mindset. How do I take this product from being something that solves a problem to something that enhances a life? So he went to Disney and he got a license for Star Wars and Iron Man and Frozen. So now you can have this really cool 3D printed Iron Man hand. Now you're not less than the other kids. You're cooler than the other kids. You're invited to play. You're feeling pride. Your whole outlook on life changes. That's the impact where you can take a 3D printer and do something different. Entertainment, we are in the golden age of entertainment because the existing business model of a few companies being controlled, the entire media industry is being blown up by virtually anybody can take that thing in their pocket and become a broadcaster. When you realize that PewDiePie, and if you don't know who he is, you're living in the Stone Ages, more people watch him on YouTube each month than watch ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox combined.
So is it the end of television to some extent, with virtual reality, social network, Facebook going live, and Snapchat and all this stuff?
Television's a vague word. So it's the end of broadcast controlled that on Thursday you're going to watch this, okay? When you look that Netflix is now in every country on earth except 3. that Netflix has the data of what people want to watch. So Netflix is creating their own programming rather than buying from the studios or buying from the networks. Google with YouTube Red now knows exactly people's viewing patterns and which stars and whatever, and is actually formulating new shows based on data. And they can go to the top Hollywood talent and say, your style directing, people would really like to see you direct a movie with this star, and it's a Western musical, whatever the thing might be. So we get to the last part. Big data. Every industry, I don't care what you're in, if you're not using big data, you're missing the biggest advantage we have right now. For centuries, businesses were run by guesswork and opinion. I think the next product should be this. I think the color should be that. I think we should hire this person as a spokesperson. You can now use big data to slice and dice and see exactly what will work before you spend tons of cycles marketing things. And you see this over and over happening every day. And then you can customize how you're reaching out to people. A specific product just got a lot of attention, that when a sports game ends and they know that you're a fan of that sports team based on your Facebook feed, they give you congratulations from such and such insurance company for our team winning. And if they know that you're a fan of the loser, they tell you, wow, we're bummed, but you don't have to lose on your auto insurance. And their success rate goes through the roof. So look at big data. Invite it to every meeting. It doesn't have an ego. It doesn't lie. It won't steer you wrong. And you can solve anything from opening a new restaurant to, launching a brazier using big data.
Thanks, Jay.